of Indian Medical Association, Vadodara branch. I am very much thankful at the outset to Honorable Bharai Shukla and I am a Vadodara branch to give me this honor to share my thoughts on post-polio syndrome with you. Many people have wondered, when we have conquered polio, when we have eradicated it, the last case occurred more than a year ago in India. Why are we talking of polio even now? But we are forgetting that there are 8 million people like me who are surviving with polio and its aftermath. And it's also called late effects of the polio. It's a condition that affects the polio survivors after about 15 to 30 years of having lived almost normally, a stable life. It is very painful though, but a person who was rehabilitated with great pains, great efforts, is now rehabilitated again. It is also said, though it is said that at any given time, almost 30 to 70% of the polio survivors that are affected by post-polio syndrome, the rest are also going to be affected at some stage of their life. The other factor which is not really recognized much, people who are visibly polio affected like me, they suffer. But a large number of people are there, my friends like Dr. Prakash Kotecha, sitting here, a community medicine man, will agree that there are many unseen polio-infected, non-paralytic polio patients who lost their anterior arm cells to suffer from post-polio syndrome. Paradoxically, many of them are diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome later in the middle age for depression, for pain, for weakness, fatigue, and they put on unnecessary medications. Well, amongst all these bad features, the good aspect is that post-polio syndrome is by and large a slowly progressing condition. It's a non-fatal condition, but the sufferer has to really suffer a lot. The characteristic features, what we call as signs and symptoms of post-polio syndrome, generally and mainly include severe fatigue, out of proportion for the work done. It could be central or peripheral in origin. Almost 90% people they suffer from this severe fatigue. Muscular pain, joint pains, muscle weakness at times ending up again in the atrophy or thinning of the muscles once again, backache, bucklings leading to frequent falls and fractured bones, cold intolerance, difficulty in breathing and sleep apnea, waking up in the night because of inability to sleep, because of inability to breathe. And some unfortunate souls may also have difficulty in swallowing. It is an incapacitating condition which may lead to severe restriction of the movement and also may take a person out of job. He may not be able to function normally. And very important, with all advances in the medical science, well, today we have neither any cure nor any prevention for this condition. A polio victim, a survivor, has to go through it at some or other stage of their life. And that is why, friends, for these reasons, the victim of post-polio syndrome needs care, attention, and even privileges. What is the present scenario in India? I remember, let me tell you some genesis of this. It was, as Bharai rightly mentioned, it was June-July 2010, accompanied by my friend Mr. Kaushik Vyas and Mrs. Gauri Rajendran. I walked into his office, mayoral office, on the evening. I saw many people sitting there. I am little skeptical about politicians, please bear me out, sirs. But I thought nothing will happen. Politicians only promise, they don't execute. But has to be proved wrong, and absolutely wrong. Balu Bhai had asked his doctor friends, what is this post-polio syndrome? And painfully nobody knew. Then he went to the internet and he found out what it is. He knew that there is neither cure nor any prevention. And therefore awareness generation is the only way out. And he asked me to prepare a program for the doctors. Again I thought, he'll forget. But he did not. Immediately executed, and the result was on 1st August 2010, a state level seminar, panel discussion, and an excellent one, a productive one. Again the time came when the scribes asked him flurry of questions, and one fellow asked him, "You have done this program, what next?" And Bhargava said, "I am going to introduce a private bill in Parliament for benefit of these people." I again thought, this is a hollow promise of a politician. But believe me, next day he phoned me. He said, "Give me the points for the bill." And at the earliest. And sir, if I am not mistaken, on 10th of August itself, you had proposed the bill in the parliamentary committee. And in November 2010, it was introduced. And as he said in February this year, it was put to the category A of high priority. And as I hear from him, and as I pray to God, I hope it will be passed and soon, so that 8 million people of this country like me will benefit out of it. So friends, let me tell you the sad feature about my own profession. I'm sorry, but large majority, I cannot define, but if I say that almost 100% doctors, they are unaware of this condition. And see, what is it? The largest polio survivors population is in India. Till 1995, every day 500 people were added to the population of paralytic polio. Right? We must be having 8 million people. You just click, the mouse on Google search, and you get nearly 5 lakh web pages. What is India's contribution? Almost zero. Now we find a couple of references because of Bhargava's effort. Not only that, because of his efforts, now we are moving on to it. And let me tell you friends, what I am going to expect, my desire has been fulfilled, and I will not be wrong at this stage if I put my thanks to my management, the dean of my college, SBKS Medical Institute and Research Center, the authorities of my Sumandev Vidyapit. They have given me a special privilege to park my car in the porch of the college. They have allowed me to park my vehicle anywhere in the institute without any restriction. They have asked the security guard to provide me escort and physical support to walk from one to the other place. And when they arrange the meetings, they keep my convenience and inconvenience in the mind. I am proud of this. Similarly, let me put very briefly before you, it is better late than never. And that is how we started. And what has gone by in the last 2 years? A few important milestones I like to narrate. Starting with the half-day workshop, panel discussion, state level in Baroda on 1st August. Introduction of the bill which we have heard so much now and rising to higher cadre. And I am very happy, Dr. Latabel Parmar, who was a panelist, she is, taking care of me as a physiotherapist. And she had prepared herself to do her PhD work in 2005. It could not be done because of want of teacher. But she gave the topic to her postgrad student of LPT. First dissertation on polio came from her guidance. Followed by my cousin, my darling sister, who is also a teacher in physiotherapy college in Ahmedabad. As a teacher, she gave 2 dissertation topics to first 2 students. One is completed, the other is ongoing, and one paper presented in the National Conference of Indian Academy of Physiotherapists. Got a 2nd prize. So the awareness has started doing it. I think this is really soothing and encouraging. One more thing happened on 9th December 2011. Dr. Latabel and myself, we were invited as subject experts to lead the discussion in a live phone-in telecast under Hello Arogya program on Doordarshan Girnar, Ahmedabad, Gujarati channel, which was telecast, and there was a great response evoked. It is telecast over 35 countries, and I think that was an excellent opportunity to speak about it. And finally, we have, under the banner of IMA Baroda, we have prepared a task force. We have given the task to Honorable Bhargava. He is considering it. It will be under his stewardship that this task force will be doing multitude of activities in the field of post-polio syndrome. Friends, I should not forget, here some of my friends who are worse sufferers than me, they are sitting. Uday Bhatt, Usha Patel, Narendra Patel and others. I wish you meet them later at available time. Listen to their plight and their expectations. The expectations have been already put in the bill, sir, and I am sure that the copy of the bill will go to everybody, so I will not speak about it. But the last point is, so far so good. Well, we have said that, last but not the least, so far so good. But what next from here now? That is a question I leave it, sir. Thank you very much once again for giving me this.